Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj from the bestemailmarketer.com, and today we have Dana Flanagan. Please help me pronounce your second name.
Close, close. Dana Flanagan.
Dana, yes, exactly what you said. So, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Mhm. Okay, so for our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what do you do?
Yeah, sure. So I have worn a lot of hats in my professional career. I originally was a global real estate advisor, have a real estate career of over 24 years. And I've done several other things like TV media, been a partner at a venture capital firm. But where I really found my calling is coaching and mentoring. And I've created a lot of digital products. I've created several courses. And I originally started coaching realtors. And then I had people coming to me that asked for coaching on social media and branding that were not realtors. And I reinvented my entire brand. So I'm now a reinvention mentor coaching on burnout and social media, branding and confidence. And I really have had so many people coming to me that are in their midlife, let's just say between 40 and 60, that feel really burnt out with their job. Maybe they're just burnt out in general. They're looking for a pivot, but they don't know what that is. They're not sure if they want to start their own business. They know they don't like where they're at, and they just can't seem to get out of that funk and they don't know where to start. So they do nothing, and that leads to complete burnout and exhaustion. So I help people find their purpose and their passion that leads to profit. So that's what I've been doing now. My program's called Burnout to Brilliance. I am also a public
Uh-huh.
speaker, so I speak all over the country on both social media, burnout, branding, and confidence. I teach businesses and individuals how to create their brand and their brand message, how to find their ideal audience and who they should be speaking to so that they can sell whatever it is that they're offering and really be proud of the business that they have.
Okay, so you help people turn burnout into brilliance. So, what are the first steps someone should take when they feel truly burned out or stuck?
Yeah, sure. So, what we do is when somebody comes to me and is looking to join my coaching program, we first identify what drives them. Like, what is the one thing that if they could get paid for anything, what would that be? Like, what would really excite them if they could do their absolute passion and get paid for it? What would that be? And what does that look like to them? And what is their why? Why would they be doing this? Are they doing it because they're passionate about it? Are they doing it to help somebody? Did they go through something and have some sort of transformation that could help other people? And by keeping it to themselves, they're actually not helping somebody that might need them. So we really kind of take those steps to determine what fuels them, what excites them, what lights them up every day. And if they could do that for a living and help other people, what would that look like to them?
Guess there'll be a lot of brainstorm.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a cut and dry answer. It's a process, right? So people come to me and they may say to me, uh, you know, I really have a passion for helping women with special needs children, but I don't know where to
Mhm.
start. I've been a stay at home mom for 10 years. I'm lost as far as like the working world. I'm not super techy. I don't know the first thing about creating a business or being a mentor
Mhm.
or creating a community. So we really work through those steps to help them, first of all, get the confidence that they need to be able to take that first step. And then also understand their brand. So their brand, no matter how big or small, there's four key
Yeah.
pillars to your brand and your brand message. Now, whether or not you're selling something that you created or something that maybe you work for someone else, you still need to have your individual brand. And this is where I always started this with realtors too, because even though you work for a real estate company, you still need to differentiate why you're the obvious choice for your audience and why your audience
Mhm.
would choose you over someone else. So the four brand pillars are who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help someone. And if you're able to really clearly let people know how you help them, they are going to be interested in talking to you. If they don't understand what problem you solve, they're not going to be interested in working with you. So we first determine those four things. That's really what starts to set the stage for building your own brand, creating your business. And
Mhm.
with that comes what we call your brand message. So your brand message is what you say when someone asks you what you do. So it can be one sentence, two sentences, or three sentences. So for instance, my brand message is turning burnout into brilliance, purpose into profit, and doubt into digital confidence. That is
Uh-huh.
fairly clear and direct on what I do and how I help someone. So when we determine that, we start working through building their brand and putting together their core story. So their core story is, I used to be here until I figured
Uh-huh.
out this and it turned me into this, right? So if they had some sort of trauma that they went through, some sort of pain point that they were dealing with, maybe they were tired of living paycheck to paycheck and they found a lot of people that I work with work in digital marketing. So they've built their own course or they've bought courses like someone else's and sold them. I have a course that people can resell. And they
Uh-huh.
found a way to make money from home to keep them closer to their family so they're not missing soccer games and missing time with their family. And now that's the solution and the transformation. People don't buy products, they buy transformation. So when you can show someone
Uh-huh.
how you help them and what problem you solve, they're going to be very interested in working with you.
Yes. And can you tell us about your brilliance method? Like, how does your three-part framework, like reignite, rebuild, and rise, help midlife professional make real changes?
Right. So how do people in midlife make those real changes?
Yeah.
So really it's coming up with the brand and the core story. And then it's really important for anybody that's going to be gaining clients, gaining prospects, or looking for people that are interested in what it is that they have to offer, it's very important that they understand sales psychology and the sales process. Because even though we're helping someone and we're providing a transformation, there's a process that goes along with that. And that process, if you don't have that process down in a simple cycle, you're going to have a problem converting people into clients. And that process is three
Uh-huh.
simple steps. I call it the FNC system: feed, nurture, convert. So, first, when you start to get an audience, maybe you start advertising on social media, you start talking to people about what you do, you're going to want to keep feeding them valuable information, providing tremendous value. That's the feeding part of it, right? So, you put just like a social media feed, it's the same thing. You're going to put a lot of that in a social media feed, continuously providing value of what it is that you do and what problem you solve. You're going to start to get interested people. That's where you nurture them. So you're going to have people that say, "Tell me more," or they like their post, or they comment on their post. That's your audience. Again, you're going to keep nurturing them. People that DM you, you're going to give them the information and you're going to continue to put them into your nurture sequence, which we also teach in our program of how to build a sales page and how to collect people's email addresses so that you can
Uh-huh.
build an email list. And then you're going to want to nurture that audience through valuable information, newsletters. Um, it could be local mixers. It could be retreats. It could be a conference. Of course, not everything is going to be done in person, but you're going to continuously, maybe you're going to do a webinar that you want to invite them to.
Uh-huh.
So there's so many things that you can do to nurture your audience. And then the C stands for convert. Obviously, at some point, you want to convert these people into clients and paying customers.
Uh-huh.
So that's where the feed, nurture, convert comes from. And if you can understand that process and know that not everybody's going to do that at the same time, you're going to have a really nice, steady pipeline of prospects, leads, and clients coming in. The problem that most people have is that they expect immediate results, and it just doesn't work that way. People don't buy on your time
Exactly.
frame, they buy on their time frame.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you help your clients overcome self-doubt and build digital confidence in today's online world?
Right. Yeah. So that can be a really tough one. That's actually the biggest problem. I would say is
Yeah.
confidence. People get that imposter syndrome. They see what other people are doing online. Remember,
Uh-huh.
not
Uh-huh.
everything that we see online is true. And they feel like they are a step behind or they feel like they're years behind with social media. A lot of people are afraid to go on video. That's a common factor that we see all the time. And it's really clarity comes from doing, it doesn't come from. So the more that you do something, just like riding a bike or learning to ski or anything else that you've learned to be good at, it takes time. It takes time and repetition to be able to master that art of whatever it is that you're doing. So if you want to get clients from social media, but you're afraid to post, you're not going to get very far. If you're afraid to post, no one else really cares. I promise you. Just post it messy, but post it. Doesn't matter what you look like. People are
Mhm.
listening to the value that you provide. And they want to see the real you. They want to see the raw you. People would rather see you vacuuming your house, or driving in the car, dropping your kids off at school, than they would rather
Mhm.
see a really perfect, polished post because that is relatable to them. So the confidence factor
Yeah.
comes from doing and stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that scare you. When you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you're growing. And that's a really important piece of it. And that confidence is going to come by doing. And that's what I think people just think other people are born with confidence. So they sit back
Mhm.
other people and say, "Oh, I'm just not confident." Those people have taken the
Yeah.
time to learn the skills to get to where they are, and you can do the same thing. You just need to do
Mhm.
really.
Yes, and try not to be perfect.
Yes, yes. Perfect doesn't pay. Honestly, authenticity pays. So when
Mhm.
you're never going to be perfect, I mean, what is that really? Just be you, be authentic and tell your story and people are going to connect with that realness.
So, what's the one digital skill or mindset shift that has the biggest impact on your client success?
The biggest mindset shift,
Yep.
I I really think that honestly, confidence is the biggest thing that people come to me for. They're not confident with themselves. They're not confident from something that happened in their past. Somebody might have said something to them that triggered them a long time ago. So it's really helping them shift that mindset and working through some key components to help them grow as a person. Some people have a lot more to overcome than others. And so what we try to do is we really try to go through a series of exercises in my coaching. My coaching is every week and we'll do an exercise where you write down something that you know that's been holding you back. Something that you know you should do that you haven't done because you're scared. So we go through those
Mhm.
exercises and we it's really great because people really like the group coaching because everyone participates and you really start to learn a lot that other people have the similar issues and similar concerns that you do. And a lot of them are in the same place. And some of them are even more scared than you are. So we really work through a lot of different exercises where people can get that confidence. I'll tell them, I want you guys to make a video today, 30 seconds, and don't go back and correct it, just post it. And they get so excited when they finally have done it because they would not have been pushed to do something like that. But
Mhm.
they'll tell me, I've posted more, I posted more. I'm starting to get more confident thanks to you. And they still feel kind of cringy, but they feel better about doing the post. And I'll tell them, your post is great. Like you did such a good job, but they feel like it wasn't good, even though it's great.
Mhm.
So we're always our own worst critic, right? So I think that just having that support and somebody in your corner that's there to help you,
Mhm.
I think really, really helps. And I tell everybody, everyone needs a coach. Everybody does. If you want to
Mhm.
grow
Yeah.
in business, in life, you need a
Mhm.
coach. And
Yes.
whether it's a life coach, a relationship coach, a health coach. I mean, I've had several coaches in my lifetime. I always have a coach. I have a public speaking coach. It's so important to be able to grow as an individual and perfect your skills because it's going to put you into the next level of your life and your business.
Yeah, you know what? Like couple of days ago, I was having a conversation with a public speaking coach, and he said one thing: everyone have fear, okay? But fear is the same feeling that we have when we are excited. We just have to, change the perspective.
I love
So
that.
let's take an example. Yeah, when you are in roller coaster, okay? Have you been to roller coaster?
Yes.
Okay, so you have seen like many people who are scared and many people who are excited,
hmm
but they all are having the same feeling. So it's just the attitude.
Yeah. It's that adrenaline, right? It's you're scared
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
going up before the roller coaster goes
hmm
over. And
yeah,
it's that excitement, but you're also scared, but you know it's gonna
hmm
be okay, but it's scary,
yeah,
but it's exciting and it's exhilarating too, and that's a great analogy. I love that analogy because it is so true.
hmm yeah. Okay, so can you share a success story?
A success story?
Yep.
Yes, okay. So, I have several success stories, but, one of my favorites is one of my, one of the girls in my coaching program, she was a teacher. She has a master's degree in education. And unfortunately, her husband passed away. and she has 4 kids, and she's, 40 years old. She's got little kids, and she went down a very dark hole, and she got addicted to drugs, and everything just fell apart in her life, everything. She had no money, and I met her over TikTok, and we connected over digital marketing, and now she's in my coaching program, and she has gotten her life together. She got her life together, she was clean and sober before she met me, but she's really had the confidence now to go create her own brand to help other people because she had so much tragedy and trauma, and she now knows the direction that she's going, and she knows who she wants to help, how she wants to help them, and she has the story. She has the story of my life was a mess, and I had this problem, and then I did this, and now my
Mhm.
life is this, right? So she was able to
Yeah.
overcome all these things and find her brand and her brand message and who she helps. And now she wants to
Mhm.
write a book and she wants to be on stage speaking to people that have had some sort of tragedy or trauma and they can't seem to get themselves out of it. She was in the lowest of the
Mhm.
low. And she was able to pull herself out of it with no help or support at home and having to manage 4 kids. And so I have so many people like that that really felt like they were trapped and suffocating, and it doesn't always have to be with trauma or tragedy. It could be in a marriage that is terrible. It could be, um, a job that you hate, a career that you know that you shouldn't be in. It could be,
Mhm.
your family life. So, there's a lot of things that happen as we grow where we aren't the same person that we were 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And so what may have worked then doesn't work now. And instead of sitting in silence and suffocating every day, there is a way to find an opportunity to pull yourself into a new direction, even while
Mhm.
say you can't leave a job because you need the money.
Mhm.
Say you're still going to work at your job, but you can start to learn new skills and you can start something new, but you have to do it the right way. Throwing spaghetti at the wall and listening to every person online, every person that's made a couple dollars online is not the answer.
Mhm.
You have to have
Yes.
somebody that does this professionally, that has had success,
Mhm.
and that truly understands how to coach and guide you. Because if you are listening
Mhm.
to the wrong person, it is driving you down the wrong path and you are not going to get anywhere. So it's very important of who you align yourself with. And a lot of
Mhm.
people feel like they're going to go with the cheapest. They're going to go with this person because they do it for money. And really,
Yeah.
in the end, you cannot look at the fact that you're saving $20 or $100 a month. You have to look at where is
Mhm.
this going to get me? Because when you're doing it that way, when you're going with the
Mhm.
cheapest option and you're
Mhm.
going with somebody who claims to be a mentor or a coach, you're
Mhm.
actually
Mhm.
just wasting your money. You're literally throwing your money out the window. If that person
Mhm.
isn't where you wanna be, drop it. Don't even work with them.
Yeah.
Look at that person and be like, "Is this person where I wanna be? Is this gonna be a good
Mhm.
guide and a good coach for me? Or is this
Mhm.
person just as lost as I am and acting like
Mhm.
because they've had a few sales online?" So, I think really aligning yourself with the right people is super, super important in your success. And I see that a lot. I see people that they're aligned with the wrong people. They're not shifting their habits in the direction that they say they want to go. And the most
Mhm.
important thing that they could be doing is aligning with the right people and somebody that's been
Mhm.
there. And instead, they're being very frivolous about who they're choosing. So, those are, some really important things as well.
Okay. So for our listeners who want to connect with you, want to get help from you, where can they go?
Yeah, so they can find me. I'm on all social media platforms, but
Mhm.
specifically, you can go to my website, which is danaflanagan.com. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Dana Flanagan Official. And on Facebook, it's Dana Flanagan. LinkedIn, it's Dana Flanagan. And you can find me on TikTok at Wealth with Dana. There's a lot of fake accounts on TikTok, though, about me. So you got to make sure it's the right one. But I would love to help anybody that's feeling burnt out, that feels like they need a new path, that is looking to pivot but doesn't know where to start. My program comes with group coaching every week, also a high level guest speaker every week, like an author or public speaker. You get a course, a self paced course that you go through. We talks about everything from confidence to emotional intelligence to social media to branding, how to use chat GPT, all the things that you would need. And you get a full CRM and management system, which is go high level for free with my program. And that's only $297 a month. or you can do a year for $2,900. And you can resell it.
That's
So if
great.
you resell it, you make $1,000 on the yearly or $100 per person per month on the monthly.
Hmm.
So it's a great way to also have a
Like,
business too.
yeah, selling high level, right?
Yeah, well, just reselling my whole program comes with all of that, and so you're able to make it's digital marketing. So I teach you how to do digital marketing as well.
That's great. By the way, what's the most, weird or uncommon way have you find out to grow an email list?
Really, I mean, honestly, offering freebies on social media. So
Okay.
offering somebody a free guide or 30 hooks for 30 days, 30 posts for 30 days. And in order for
Mhm.
that person to download that PDF, they have to put their email address in. So we teach you how to create a sales page to grab their email address. You've probably seen that online. Most people probably have where it says, "Want my free guide? Enter your email and I'll send it to you." And then you'll get it as soon as you enter your email. That gives us the opportunity to collect your email. Now you're in our funnel and now you're going to see other things that we have to offer as well. So if you're looking to create a funnel, you're looking to make money online through digital marketing, we have had a lot of success with that. We have several of our own courses that you can resell if you don't know how to make your own, but we teach you how to do that too if you want to. And you can really start making thousands of dollars a week from your phone. All you have to do is implement a few simple steps.
Exactly. Just follow the steps.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to share?
What I would say is if you have anything that you're passionate about, you have some sort of pain that you went through, turn your pain into your power, and that will become your purpose. And nothing is more fulfilling than doing something that you're passionate about when you really, really feel like it's your purpose. Because for years I sold houses and I loved what I did. I made millions in real estate, but it wasn't my purpose, right? I was like, is selling homes my purpose? I don't really think so. So think to yourself, am I living my purpose right now? And if you're not, find out what drives you and what your passion is and turn that into your purpose. And it doesn't have to be a moneymaker. It could be a nonprofit. It could be, something that you do for your community. But doing something that fulfills you and that you're passionate about really just changes your life tenfold.
That's great, Dana. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and it was really great hearing from you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on your podcast.